Ladies and gentlemen, back in the day when this player came into league, he became a household name almost overnight. The media got on his bandwagon, the fans got on his bandwagon. He became a legend, and unfortunately, he passed away several years later due to unforeseen circumstances. Of course, we're talking about the great and underrated John Cordick, one of the best fighters ever in Montreal Canadiens history. But there's a new legend building in the NHL, and it's probably not the first time you've heard this name, but you're going to be hearing a lot in the future because you can't teach size. He's probably one of the biggest players in the modern era. 6'8", some people say between 245 and 260. A big drink of water from Calgary. So today we're talking about the growing legend of Matt Rempe. Now, Matthew Rempe plays for the New York Rangers, of course, in the NHL. Drafted by the Rangers in the sixth round of the 22 NHL entry draft, considered by many a steal. Now, plays forward and was again not drafted in the 2018 WHL Bantam draft and started his junior career with the Spruce Grove Saints of the Alberta Junior Hockey League, the old association I've had the fortunate aspect to cover through the years. He was the final cut in training camp of the Seattle Thunderbirds of the WHL. Now, Rempe made the Thunderbirds the following year, and despite an injury that forced him to miss the first 15 games of the season, he counted 12 goals and 19 assists for 31 points in 47 games for the 2020 campaign. After the season, he was drafted by the Rangers in the sixth round with the 165th overall pick. Upon being drafted, Thunderbirds GM Bill LaForge said, "I think the Rangers got themselves a steal. I thought he had a chance to go significantly earlier than he did. I was really excited, and he was a chance to play for a storied franchise. I sent him a text and said the Big Apple just got bigger. I think we just scratched the surface with him last year. There's no one with that mixture of tools that he has. He's big, he can skate, he has the ability to put the puck in the net." Now, Thunderbirds coach Matt Odette said Matt burst onto the scene this year and was an integral part of our squad. The work he put in and improvement that followed was eye popping. To see it accumulate into being drafted by the Rangers is fantastic. Rempe himself stated, "This means so much to me and my family. I've gone through a lot, but I think it made me stronger. I think it made me more hungry. I can't wait to go back to the gym tomorrow. Now I want to prove myself. Now, I just want to go and have an amazing season and pass more people. My goal is to pass people who are taken ahead of me. I want to outwork them. It's a great feeling when you start to have success." Unfortunately, Rempe's 21 season was cut short due to COVID-19, and in 22 he recorded 17 goals and 6 helpers in 56 games for the T-Birds. Now, Rempe was invited to the Rangers training camp prior to the 22 and 23 seasons, and during the 2022 camp, he showed his physicality by fighting the big Wade Allison of the Philadelphia Flyers during scrimmages. He said, "I don't know how many guys are there from last year, but I bet they'll remember me. I'm just going to do the same thing I did last year, play hard and physical and try to score some goals." He joined the Rangers affiliate, the Hartford Wolfpack of the AHL, for the 2023 season, where he posted 6 goals and 4 helpers in 53 contests. Now, he was again invited to Rangers 2023 training camp and had fights with Ross Johnson and Scott Mayfield in exhibition games, impressing the Rangers coaching staff by standing up for his teammates. Rangers coach Peter Laviolette said, "There's a lot of things I love about Matt. You saw what he did the other night. Somebody punches out of his teammates in the head, and he reacts, and that was a really positive thing for him, and that's what he did for the squad. But there's more than that. Not all guys that play that type of role can finish, check, and hit, and he can do that. He's very physical. He's still just a really young kid, but an enormous man, and he's only getting stronger and better." Now, during the 2004 AHL season at Hartford, he played both a wing and a center. After scoring 8 goals through February 11th at Hartford, he was called up by the Rangers during the regular season. He was scratched for 1 game and then returned to Hartford, but recalled again a few days later. Now, Rempe made a huge impression when he played his first NHL game against the Islanders on February 18, 2024, as part of the 2024 NHL Stadium Series, making him the first player to start his NHL career with an outdoor game. Before the contest, when it was uncertain whether Rempe would play, teammate Jimmy Vesey said, "That'd be a pretty sick first game. Stadium Series and Rangers Islanders. We'll see what happens. But if he's in, the only thing I'll probably say it's probably the coolest NHL debut I've seen so far. It is also the 6th anniversary of the sad passing of his father. Just 4 seconds into his first shift, he was involved in a fight with Matt Martin during the face-off, and he and Martin were assessed 5-minute penalties. On February 22nd, in Rempe's third NHL game, he received a match penalty 13 seconds into his first shift for a legal hit to the head of New Jersey Devils forward Nathan Bastien. Rempe scored his first NHL goal the following game in a 2-1 victory over the Flyers. In his fifth NHL game, he recorded his first NHL assist and had his fourth fight. Now, you wouldn't think that his minor and junior stats would reflect that much of a fighter because with Seattle in 2020, 53 minutes and penalties. Again, lost more of his 21 season to COVID. 22, he only had 93 minutes and penalties, but a big 12 points in 24 playoff contests with 8 counters. And again, with Hartford, 2023, 6 goals and 4 assists for 10 points. Now, on this campaign this year, Hartford 8-4-12, and with the Rangers in 7 games, 1-1-2. So it's yet to be seen exactly what the Rangers will give him right now, but he's only 20 years of age. But when Larry Robinson started and Zdeno Chara and the other big players of the NHL, I would like to see him be like also on defense on certain occasions, especially on the power play. But it's going to come around that we've already established that Rempe can take care of himself. And it was an interesting incident. There was somebody for the Leafs that was trying to instigate a fight with him, and he basically said, no, I don't want to bother with you. So are you going to fight somebody who doesn't want to fight you? There's no coward in this guy. So, see, you got to understand the Seattle Thunderbirds. They have a certain style of play. They're more NHL sometimes than Major Junior. But I think Rempe's going places yet to be seen. So if you like Matthew Rempe and what he's been doing in the NHL, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share of this podcast. I give him our podcast seal of approval. He reminds me a lot of the throwback NHL players of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I think once his reputation is established, I don't think he's going to be a goon. He's just going to be somebody that, you want to mess with him, you got to mess with my team. So I think the Rangers going into the playoff season, if he's around, I think they're going to go deeper in the playoffs because Rempe is not, say, a role player, but you need players like that are tough enough and strong enough. And for what I've seen, he's a very cerebral guy. He's mentally tough, and I think, like I said, he's going to go places. But those players, those farm boys, from Alberta boys, they're tough. But from the statistics I saw too, I guess he grew in the last couple of years, either physically or height wise. I know at one point he was listed at 6'7", but he's moving again towards 6'8". And who knows, he might be 6'9" by the time we finish the podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep your stick in the ice, and don't forget, it's not. There's no sadness to promote fighters in the game or enforcers because that's what the NHL is all about. Life's like that when it comes to hockey because life is hockey. Thanks for listening. Bye.